Hello, everyone. It's Teacher Marian here from HelloTeacherMarian.com, and it's early, and I am going to try to knock out this video real quick on how I use Canva to make my worksheets in my Outschool classes, to make my description, a class description thumbnail, and some other things that I do that I use Canva for. I'm going to show you everything I use it for and how I use it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, and here we are in Canva. Okay, so when you come to Canva, just canva.com, you can sign up for a free account, and then you can also pay, I think it's like $12 a month for the paid version, and it just gives you more pictures. It gives you the option to, like, this is my latest YouTube thumbnail, and you can see how the background has been removed from that picture. You can do that easily just with the press of a button in Canva. I do have the paid version because I use Canva so much, as you can see. And so when I first signed up, you had to have the paid version to get this background removal. But so I'm not quite sure if that's the case, but I use that quite often, that feature. And then, so once you sign up for Canva, free version or paid version, what I like to do is just come up to this search box right up here. You can go to the templates and look at all the different templates right here in the left-hand corner, and you can pull up all of the different templates. In fact, that's what I did to start making my worksheets. I just started pulling up the blank template, but now I just find that it's really just quick to just go to this search box right here and click on, if you're going to do a thumbnail for your Outschool classes. Like, for instance, this is my latest thumbnail for my Outschool class. I would just click on Facebook ad and do that one because it seems to fit the Outschool template as well. And so it seems to be good because Outschool advertises our classes on Facebook and Instagram, and this seems to be, this Facebook ad size seems to be pretty close to what they're using. And so it's just saying that I don't have any Facebook ads saved. So let's just go to template and let's go to blank. And then you can, from here, just easily create. You can choose your background. If you want a colored background, or if you want a design background, just kind of whatever background you want. You can also put a border in by choosing two different colors. Let's say that I want my background to be yellow, and then I want to choose a border. I can go to elements. This is just one way to choose a border, and I can choose a square and then just kind of drag it and turn it into a rectangle. And if I want my border to be yellow, then I can choose by going up here to this yellow square. So whatever you are clicking on, that's the color that's going to come up, and you just are going to tap this color. Let's say that I want the inside of it to be green, then I could do it that way. Let's say I wanted to switch that and I want the border green. I would click this yellow, click the yellow square up here. I would make my border green, then I would come back and click that square, and I would want to fill that square in with yellow. And I could, if I'm not satisfied with the shade of yellow, then I can just come up here to a new color, and I can drag until I get the shade of yellow that I want. I don't know why I picked these colors, because these two colors are horrible together. But anyway, that is how I can make a, that's one way I can make a border, and that's just kind of how I think that that's kind of an easy way to do that. So, and then let's see, I'm going to change that border. I just, okay, let's just go with this for now. I think it's this background that I'm really struggling with. There we go. Let's go to, there we go, that's better. Okay, so then for your Outschool thumbnails, you don't really want to put text on there. I have like some ABCs and things like that on some of mine that seem to be okay, but to have like a title or description or something like that, they don't want that because it will, it could possibly be flagged and not run on Facebook. So you want, just really want the description or the pictures to kind of jump out at the parents, and you just want them to be thought out. And so let's say if you were doing a phonics class or something like that, some things that I search for are school children, and then I just kind of go through here, and there are some cute images. And let's say that I wanted to use this image, then I could just make that as big as I want. They've got books here on their desk, but let's say I wanted to add a book there, then I could just search books, and I can shrink down these books and add some books to her desk if I wanted to. I could just kind of play with books and kind of make a border of books just kind of around the picture if I wanted to. There are lots of things that you could do. You can just kind of just be creative with all of the pictures and just have fun with them. You could even kind of, you could search like circle time if you kind of wanted more of, oh, I'm getting clocks here. So I could search preschool, and let's see what would come up for preschool. This is a cute one for preschool. That's a cute picture. So you could just, I really could get lost in this part of it and spend maybe way too much time just kind of creating, but you can see there that you can create. And so just when you are finished creating and when you've got your picture like you want it, then you just click download here. And then let's say you want to download to your computer. I always do the PNG, which just makes sure that your picture stays in that good picture quality. Click download to your computer. It's going to open up here, and I'm just going to hit save, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop. And then when you are ready to go into Outschool to upload that photo, it is going to be, of course, right there on your desktop. And let's see. Oh, there it is, right here on my desktop right here. Okay, so that is the thumbnail, and you can, again, just kind of see all of the options there, and how much you could just kind of play around with that. I'm going to show you just a few of my designs that I do for worksheets. So like I use, in addition to Google Slides, which I use Google Slides often through my classes, I also create a story, and a story, a worksheet, and a kind of like a fun, it's another worksheet, but we do it in class together. So for my phonics lessons, we start out with a story always, and I have the kids listen for like the special sound. So let's say our next one is the ed words, all about ed words. So I create this worksheet. Ted has a dog named Ned. Ned likes his red bed. He likes to be fed on his red bed. And just for my own peace of mind and not having to deal with any copyrights and just reach out to every single person, I just create my own stories and my own worksheets, and I put my own logo on my work just to kind of, for that extra measure, to let Outschool know it's my creation, and there are no copyright issues here. And then, so what I do here, so like this is an example of the story. Now let me go back and kind of show you, this is, so we would read that story, and then after we read the story, we kind of circle all of the ed words together. And then I also put a picture together of ed words, and so I would circle in when you share your screen in Zoom, then I can, and I think my next video is actually going to be me sharing my screen and showing you how I write on these worksheets with the kids. But for now, just because we're looking at how to use Canva, this is a sheet of just pictures, and some of them are ed pictures and some of them are not. So I would circle this big truck here, and you know, call on a student. What do you see here? What is this? It's a big yellow truck. Okay, great. Let's see. Ed truck. Is truck an ed word? No, so we cross it out. Then we go to the next one. Red. Yes, red has the sound ed. Yes. Bed. Yes. Wed. Yes. Carrot? No. Now for the duck picture, I would tell them the babies are being led. Or I might just let them say it's a duck, and then we would go with that, just kind of whatever they say there. So that's how we use the picture worksheets. We just find our pictures that begin with our, or have our special sound in the word family that we're working on that day in them. And then I also have a worksheet made where the students can actually print off. I upload this before class, and so the parents can print these off if they want, and the students can do these worksheets with me, or they can follow along with me on their own, or we can just do it together. But these are just ed words, and we practice writing the beginning sounds for all of these ed words. So I just wanted to kind of show you how I make those. And so again, I just would go up here and I would just search worksheet, and I would choose the blank template. Because the blank template is just the easiest for me to work with. If I am making a story, then I would just go to text and I would just start writing. Let's see, Ted likes his red bed. Let's just, and then I could make that story as long as I want, but just for practice, we're just going to go like this. And then I am going to, let's see, I am going to space out my lines. My my video was hiding it. Okay, so I like to enough space to be between the sentences so that I can put a little picture above my focus words. So right here, I would just go under spacing right here and line height. I would just kind of increase the line height there so that I have enough room to put pictures above my story. And so I'm just going to start looking for pictures. And so I would go to elements, And elements are all your pictures, if I didn't mention that already. So we've used background. I could make the background, I don't know why I keep going to yellow. I think because it's easy to see the writing on yellow. You could make the picture yellow if you want. I tend to leave my backgrounds white though, so it doesn't use up all the parents' ink when they go to print these pictures. And then, so I'm going to go to elements where all the pictures are, and I'm just going to search man. And here's a man. I'm just going to use the first one. Now, if you see pro by any of the pictures, then pro means that you're going to pay. And then if it's a free picture with it comes with the free version of Canva, it will say free beside it. You'll see, I like to use the pro pictures. I think are a little bit better, obviously. You can use the pro pictures even if you just have a free account, but you have to pay like $1 per picture. So as many as I make, it does not make sense not to go ahead and have the paid version. I could just use red here, and then I'm going to search bed, and then I'm just going to shrink it down. And there we go. And that way, these kids can easily use the pictures for clues to help them identify the ed words. Now, let's say I make this whole story and I want to put my logo on it. You can go to uploads here, and everything you've uploaded, you're going to see a lot of my YouTube thumbnail pictures, but this is my logo. And I am going to shrink that down and put my logo on every creation that I make. So that's how we do our story pictures. And then let's say we want to do our worksheet that the kids write the missing sounds. So again, I just go to blank worksheet. The first thing I always do is start with text. And so let's say I want them to identify the first sound that's missing. So I'm going to kind of get that spaced how I want it. All right, I think that looks, I like it to be big, and I've found that we only really have time for about 4 words. So I'm just going to copy and paste that a few times in that way. Oh, let me go ahead and move one of these. There we go. And then I don't have to keep resizing that, and then I know that they're all sized the same way. And so that's kind of how I would do that. I know that you shouldn't have to keep pressing copy, but for some reason I'm having to do that. Okay, and I can actually move those up a little bit. And I like how it kind of shows you how to line them up. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to uploads and find my logo, and I'm going to put that on my worksheet just somewhere out of the way. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. And then I just search for my images. I go to elements and search for my images. By this time, we have used the word red a few times. So I could go to red, let's see, bed, and I would probably put these in alphabetical order. If I want them all to be kind of like clip art pictures, I know sometimes like when you search on Google, you can search clip art after it and get those cutesy little pictures, but this is a good one. Bed, and then I could just find my other pictures. I could do wed or lead, I think were my other pictures. So anyway, you can just create a worksheet like that. And then again, the kids can look at these, print these out, or they can just do them right there in class with you. And then the very last, oh, I want to show you this. You can also resize these worksheets. So let's say I wanted this, actually, let me just go ahead and do another worksheet real quick. So I'm going to do the worksheet that I like to do with just a lot of pictures. So let's say I want the kids to circle all of the pictures with the ed sound. So I'm just going to put a lot of pictures up there and have the students identify. I was looking for that that one where the baby ducks were being led. Had to kind of be creative. But I'm not seeing it right now. So I'm just going to choose a lot of different pictures. Some of them are going to have the ed sound, some of them are not. I always just like to throw in some food pictures in there, some obvious hamburger. Do you hear ed in hamburger? Okay, so let's say these are my pictures, but I would rather this be a landscape size than you just, because I resize this often. This is going to come up in under my recent resizing dimensions, and so that's the one I want. And oh, I pressed copy and resize. You can just hit resize, but you can see how this is going to resize out to, it's just easier when you're drawing on it for the landscape. And then of course, as always, I'm going to go to uploads and search my logo, put my logo as my creation, and that's it. And then every single picture before you click off of your creation, you definitely want to download a copy. And when you download a copy, I'm not going to download a copy of all these, but after you download a copy, you will see that they are saved. Like all of your most recent ones are saved here. And then it's very easy to just kind of go in and use the same dimensions and then just kind of switch out pictures and things. Like these are the ig. We would find all of the words with the ig sound in this picture. On this worksheet, when we circle the ig sounds and we cross out the pictures that do not have the ig sound in them, these are just all basically, you can see, here's another example of a story that I've done, and you can see I showed you exactly how I created that just by going to the text box and then spacing those lines, dragging that line height exactly where I wanted it to give me enough room to put pictures above the words, and then just going to elements and finding the pictures. And then popping my logo on it. And so you can see that that is pretty easy to do. So anyway, it's so fun and easy to create things for your class. I think that parents and students definitely appreciate having that worksheet for each of our classes because the students get to practice along with their writing. And what I have found is that they love having the same, it's kind of, I know in when they're actually in the brick and mortar school, worksheets can be redundant, and I know they're kind of like a you know, we, for a long time as teachers, tried not to hand out worksheets at all, but I feel like in this setting, it works really well, and the students love to have exactly what's printed on your screen. They kind of like to match what you're doing. They love to write and then show their letters on the screen. So I have found that it works really well. I really hope this helped, guys. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Remember, you can do it. It might change your life, teaching online, that is, and I am your biggest cheerleader. Okay, guys, bye-bye.